Welcome back everyone, Gaming for XP. We're continuing the Fort Bluff build today. And we'll get some of the buildings started today, so let's get building. Well, it's very early in the morning at Tenpines, and as you can see we've done a fair bit since the last time we were here. I've just got a few adjustments to make. So I built a little area underneath. One of the problems is some of these, if you don't pull them down far enough, the wall sticks through the floor upstairs. So we'll fix that up, and we'll make that into something a little bit later. Those other ones I can live with, but that one obviously would trip over it. So we have a little building there, and I don't know quite what I was doing there, but never mind. So how you been? I hope you're well. I hope everything's going good in your life. So today we are going to concentrate a little bit on the area I'm standing in right here, right now. So I guess one of the things that I was still trying to figure out at this stage was, okay, what I was going to utilise the area I'm in at the moment, and then further down what I was going to utilise that for too. So originally my idea was to have a wall running all the way around, and I think at the moment I'm actually looking to put some railings or something in so I don't fall down through a gap. So what I've used here, there's a great selection of railings in vanilla extensions in the barn tab that fit the style of what I'm trying to achieve here very well. So I'll just put these railings in here. Come on. Falling down already. I haven't been here 5 minutes. My goodness. There we go. That one. Let me put a little one at the end because I just dropped into that gap there. Excellent. Thanks. Yep, that's good. Okay. So I start out with one idea and it morphs into something completely different, which is pretty normal for me, as you know, guys. So I'm really just looking into this space here and see what I can do. So I guess initially I just start to put some placeholders down. I sort of this original idea was I wanted to have that walkway going around. We'll just get rid of that. Yep. We'll get that walkway to move all the way around, and then step down into that area down the bottom there. That was the original idea. As you see in a minute, it's nowhere near what happens. But again, it gives me an idea of the space I have to by using my beloved prefabs. There we go. So essentially what I was looking at, we maybe put stairs down there and then continue the walkway along the wall down here, but actually build something much more exciting in both those areas actually. Just move our potatoes out the way, thank you. These little walls there, as much as I like to keep them, they get in the way, so I have to get rid of them, which is unfortunate because they're not in the game anywhere. So I would love to have those as an item, but yeah, they gotta go. Yeah, that'll do. So that's okay. That's given me a bit of a placeholder for there. And I will come back to that much later in the build, and I'll show you what I do with it. I'll do something very nice with it, and that'll be a standalone build that I'll do. Okay. Come on. Now, I have problems getting up on that hill, believe it or not. So I'm just standing back and... See, I can't get up. Run round. You have to run round. Come on. Right. That's it. There we go. So, what can we build here? And I was looking at a lot, I'd done a lot of research on Western buildings, log cabins and all that kind of stuff, and decided that maybe I could put a building in here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get rid of the walkway, and then I'm going to actually build this probably the opposite way to what I'd normally do, but just trying to figure out a few things here. Now these pieces, whether it's this size or the small size or the in-between size, if you spin them around, sometimes they just click into place for some reason. I have no idea why, but they do. For some reason I have trouble snapping these in. Again, I don't understand why, because they should just snap right into place, but anyway, we will help them out. There we go. Well, if we remember to initiate place anywhere, we will. There we go, done. Okay, so that's looking like something. So what's next? It's almost as I'm dancing. Okay, we'll put some walls in. And this is unusual for me to build like this, but I was just trying to get a feel for how to do this. And again, don't forget this mod was new to me, so oh, dog meat just fell out. I don't know where he went. There he is. Excuse me. So I'm just working out how to get the floor in. Depending on what area you build in, you will have a much easier time of this than I do. Again, dog meat gets in the way a lot during this build. Not sure why, but I wanted to leave the grass poking up through the floor as well. I thought, for me, I thought it helps the overall look of the build, and makes it look a little bit disheveled and, you know, old. So I'll keep in the inside of the building, I'll keep all that grass there, so it looks a little bit genuine, that it's been abandoned and then resettled. Now, see, dog meat's just, I don't know what he's doing. Anyway, he'll fix it. He'll sort himself out in a minute. He'll pop up. So get some more walls on. This is very simple. And it, you know, most of the builds that you'll do in Fallout are not difficult per se, but the once you start to dress up and use a whole lot of different other elements, that's what makes the build, I think. So I think I used the darker wood here, that's why I took these away and redone them. So what I actually have to end up doing, I want them to sit about there. And what I end up having to do is take away that front, that bit there. And in the end, I don't even use those, I use something else. There you go, and straight away it pops in. So just if you're using these pieces and you haven't used them before, yeah, you might have to do that. Now this one, for something, it was very strange, the snapping on this particular area. I don't know why it was fighting me, but it just one of those days. Sometimes in Fallout, everything you try and do when you're building just fights you. So we're going to have to persuade that into place, I think. There we go. And I found this cabin mods, I found, is a very nice, easy mod to use. Generally, you don't get too many problems with snapping. I think what the problem is possibly some of the areas of grass and stuff that are still there. It's the collision's a bit funny in this area for some reason, but that's okay. We've got place anywhere. We'll fix it up. Just in certain areas, and then everything tends to just snap straight after that. Yeah, dark wood. Yep. these windows are great, and they have actually got a little infill that puts glass into them, which is pretty neat, and you'll see that in the final tour. Do a little tour of this building. Now I'm only going to show you so much of what I do with this. There you go, go in, I saw you. Come on, there you go, thank you. I'm only going to show you so much of this because I don't think it's too hard to figure out. I think you're pretty smart viewers, and you'll figure out if you're building this just exactly how to do it. So in you go, come on, and up, cool, that'll do, thank you. Yep. Now this, as I said, this area here just gives me all kinds of hassles trying to get up there. Yeah, so much so as I end up, yeah, there we go. I actually end up I don't like the look of this on the outside of the building because it's not scrappy enough, it's too clean. So I end up not using them. And the other one's kind of done a weird snap thing, so yeah, get rid of them and put something else in. So far so good though. Some of these, and that's a good thing about this. What I found is that it actually works in with the normal game pieces as well, the vanilla pieces that will snap to it, so which is great. We'll just vary this up a little bit of a walkway or veranda around the house here. Cool. And we have this kind of weird little step happening, but that's okay. I have no problem with that. Of course, I caused myself a problem, which you'll see in a minute because of the way I build this, but if it didn't fall off of things, I'd be fine. So I have been live streaming lately, but I had a few issues about a week and a bit or so ago, and a few you would have seen I had a little bit of a rant on Reddit because of it. Effectively what happened is I was live streaming and the game crashed, and that was alright. I rebooted it, kept going, and unfortunately it crashed a second time to the point that I've had to completely uninstall and reinstall Fallout. I've had to reinstall all my library mods, etc. And in the process, Snap and Build for some reason has disappeared completely off the Nexus of Bethesda.net. I don't know what's going on. So if you do follow me on Reddit, you would have seen those posts, or go to Google Plus. You would have seen those posts where entire walls are now missing out of some of my sanctuary builds because I don't have the mod installed. And I just, if anybody knows what's happened, please let me know, because yeah, I was quite upset by it. Snap and Build was such a great mod, and it's just disappeared into the ether for some reason. So there you go, that's a little tale for you. So we can see the cabin's coming along pretty nicely. Just want to put these supports in just to sell this a little bit. These are great, they fit right underneath there. Fantastic. Now it's only a little, I know it's only a little detail, but I think it helps to sell the overall look. And I love the fact that we can build on something that was an existing little hill that was there. Very similar to what the settlers at Tenpines did, on the other side with the little shack. So, okay, so here we've built, we get the roof and everything on. I want to put a little veranda going around the outside. And in fact, you'll see in the final build what happens, why I do this. See, I don't understand. Sometimes the snap in, and this one I'm going to fight with for a while, and it suddenly snaps in. Very strange sometimes. I have been having a few issues with things like the pillar glitch and something. So I think there's a mod I've got installed is somehow interfering with my ability to do select alls and pillar glitching and stuff, and I know what I couldn't be bothered to uninstall or disable each of my mods till I find which one it is. So you know, I'm happy. I can use place anywhere if I need to, so I'm not too worried. Okay, all good. So you can see it's got a little bit of a overhang there, and it doesn't look like much at the moment, but when you see what we end up with, it actually works very well. So these are good. I decided to use a slightly different balcony for the cabins than I was using for the battlements or the fortification area, and I think it does help to sell and kind of, you know, differentiate this area as opposed to the rest of the build. So these are pretty cool. And yes, I will run the veranda all the way around eventually. So I'm not doing too badly so far, and this is a bit more interesting, I think, than the walls. Putting the walls in and the guard towers is pretty straightforward, and I'll try and show you right at the end, and then tour all the progress that we made. Unfortunately, when I was doing this build, I got so carried away I forgot to hit the record button a couple of times, and so I only kind of record parts of this, but that's okay. I think you can figure out what's going on. You see, I can't get up here. Look, I can't get up. Stop trying. You can't get up there. And oh goodness, okay, I can't get up there. You know what would be good? A ladder would be good there, wouldn't it? Get out of the way, document. Yep. Here we go. Why don't we put a ladder there? Yep. A little ladder would be great. Thank you. Fantastic, thanks. Yeah. And initially I put that in just so I can continue with the build, but that ends up staying there. Okay, one last piece of wood in. It's been strange, but it'll go in eventually. Yep, there you go. I saw you go in. Come on, come on. I love all that. Why? Just why? You just tease us all the time. You go green, and then as soon as we try and put you in, so I'm just veering up the. You know, falling off again. Yeah, you'll have to take those supports out now. There you go. Thank you. Yep. Okay, we're good. You're gonna put the supports back? Yep, I think you should. Yep, excellent. There you go. Put them back. Thank you. Okay, so do you want to put the railings in there, or are you just going to stand and stare at it? Yep, no, they're in the wood tab. There they are. Keep going. There we go. Excellent. There we go. Now we're making some progress. There we go, and we'll need probably need a single one. So what's next? Supports. And I have a bit of an issue with getting one that's the right size. In fact, in the end I get one that's just too big and sticks up like that, but we will hide that, and we'll do a trick later and we'll hide those, so I'm not too bothered about it. There we go. Yep, that's alright. Come on. Yeah, I'm not having too good a day today. I'm just getting stuck on things, falling over the side of the thing and having to come back up. Yeah, I think one there. Yep, that's good, just next to the door. Let's admire our handiwork like we usually do. Yeah, that looks okay, just some up the side there, thanks. Yep, up there. No, we can't put the small one in. I'll do, that fits there, that's alright. Maybe not. There, the bigger one. Not the bigger one. No, that's not going to fit in there. That's it, the bigger one. Thank you. Please call again. You got to take that one out. Excellent. Right, what are we going to do up here? Barn tab again. Yep, that's it. More railings. And so again up here, my initial, and I'm going to change the railings, but those railings now hide those little pieces of the posts for down below, enough to for you know, really don't notice them once you, because what I end up doing up here, initially I just thought this would be like a little defensive area and a kind of look at area, but I end up building something up here. So there we go. We need a single one. Yep, single one in there. Now I'll leave that empty for the time being because I was going to put some ladders down there, but that's not what I end up doing. Oh, missed one. Single one. That's it, that'll do. Thank you. There we go, that's looking much better, and you can see the verandas and the support posts just make such a difference to that overall look. And we'll just have a look at there for no particular reason. And I have no idea what we're about to do. Ah, yes I do. Now, you would have seen this with the river shack I done. These are fantastic, and I think they fit perfectly into this build too. So I'll put a few of these around the outside of the building. Yep, looks great. These lanterns with a little post, again, something that I think Bethesda, this kind of stuff's fantastic. It should be in the game. It should be available to everybody without mods. They just make such a difference to the look and feel of the builds that you do, and especially this style. They're just fantastic to have. And you'll see that. Unfortunately, you're going to see them a lot in this particular settlement. So, but I think it certainly does just fit, and look at the difference when you put them in and start to light the place up. And with the settlement, there isn't a lot of power in this settlement. I use a lot of these kind of lights and lanterns and candles and stuff like that, and I think it works for this settlement and what the style of the Western style of the settlement. Yeah, where are you going under the stairs? Go up the stairs. There you go. Thank you. See, look at that. Now I'm going to have to adjust the height of one of those because my OCD won't cope with it, but yeah, we'll do that later. Okay. I think one more and we should be done. Yep, right there. Now there's two lanterns there, one's brighter than the other, that's the only difference. And I think that's pretty much it. That's pretty much all that I recorded. So here's the final build, and you can see I've built another house on top and I've put a barn roof on it. But let's just have a little look. So this could be a player house. It really could. You can see the little glass inlay for both the windows. Nothing much changed there. I've put a green barn door in the bottom and some furniture that's included with the mod, the cabin in the woods. There is a whole series of walls that have the fire there. This bed was, I think, in GTM. The little shelf which comes with cabin in the woods where you can put your magazines. No idea what that lady's doing, and we're just going to run away and ignore her. And we'll go upstairs. And you can see, yep, I've done a slightly different roof there. Again, yep. And we've made a little office up here. And it looks, with that fire going, it just looks so nice up here. And I've kept it kind of scrappy with the holes in the roof and whatnot. So, easy to do. Follow what I've done in the first part. and then you can decorate it up as you want. Now while we're here, you can see the barbed wire on the top of the fences. I've put a little lantern on top, little guard post, so you can elevate it and see over the wall. Now I'll just show you a few other things that we've done with this build. See, the barbed wire looks fantastic. So that's a platform you get with thematic and practical. Have a look over here. Yeah, some boxes for the turrets, just to have them elevated, and a quick look at the outside with the sandbags. So that's it, guys. Thanks for watching. I hope this has inspired you to make your own little fort or Western style settlement, and we will catch you next time.